What, darling? Try 'em? What, try what, say something? Alright, do you know what EastEnders is?
Yeah.
Alright. We need to pulp these books. Mash them up and reprint. There is unnecessary words in here. Alright, do you know what Andrew Sachs is? Do you know what trouble I got into? I was only mucking about. Yeah, I did accidentally have sex with a satanic slut. In fact, several satanic sluts. As it turned out, there's a dance group called the Satanic Sluts. I had sex with some of those individuals. I did not know at this time that one of the Satanic Sluts was the granddaughter of sitcom star Andrew Sachs, who plays the character Manuel from 40 Towers. When I discovered this beautiful piece of trivia, I was brimming over with joy, because it was like a post-coital bonus. The sex had been nice, but now there's an anecdote also. So I told someone, Jonathan Ross, do you know what Jonathan Ross means? So I told Jonathan Ross about it whilst on the radio. Oh, you know, these satanic sluts, etc. And then what happened was, you know, we got Andrew Sachs on the show as a guest on the radio show that I used to do on the BBC. Now, Andrew Sachs did not answer his phone for whatever reason, for reasons that we can never, ever truly understand. So eventually I left an answer phone message for Andrew Sachs. I'm sorry you couldn't make it on the show. I'm here with Jonathan. I'm a great respecter of you and your work and your progeny, and I will regard you with loving eyes till the ending of the earth. At which point Jonathan Ross, apropos of nothing and from his own free will, shouted, "He fucked your granddaughter!" That was recorded, now an answer phone message. Jonathan, no, what are you doing? We hung up. Sorry, he hung up. And then, you know, like how in Swingers, when he leaves that answer phone message that he regrets doing, I kept calling back the answer phone message, and I'm sorry for that thing, but it kept escalating and getting worse and worse and worse until the whole of the BBC had to be dismantled. For which I'd like to apologise, because it was a perfectly good institution, but there you are. So, yeah, what happened then was the media sort of exploded into insanity on account of the privately owned media wanting to destroy a publicly owned body because, you know, they need things to be all nice and capitalist for us, to keep us as passive consumers. A process to which I am contributing now by selling you these books. However, a small part of the money spent will go into funding my Russell Brand Revolutionary Sex Army, which you are all invited to join. Now begin signing books. If you want to ask, unless you want to ask me anything, has anyone got a question you would like to directly ask me? Yes, madam, lady at the back. Oh yeah? When you say downstairs, do you mean on another department, or do you mean in your own vagina? And if the latter, what on earth do you do? And are there any other jobs up there? I'm a good worker. I'll put in the hours, I'm packing the powers, I'm Russell Brand. And being childish, let's hear the question.
She works out there in cash, and she wants to know if Noel Fielding ever coming to the U.S. anytime.
Noel Fielding is actually, he's behind here. Noel, are you prepared to come out? Oh, seahorses, the underneath of a fox. Carbonated, I've got carbonated effervescence flowing through my mind, and it's like brain jazz. He's busy. Can't come out of here. But no, he will, won't he? He'll have to come on holiday or something, or perhaps the Mike Bush will come out here. We don't know. At this stage, I'm negotiating at the moment with HBO. I'll let you know by the end of this hour whether I can sell their series. Are there any further inquiries? Yes, dear. I met Mr. G at a poetry night in Brixton, South London. South London is a rougher bit of London, Brixton is a sort of rough bit of that. We were doing a poetry night, I was doing a lot of crack and heroin. G at that time was clean from drugs, he was doing some poetry and that, and it was going quite well. Then I came up and did stand-up. Now, next part of Brixton, there was all drug dealers, crack dealers, outside, and it was like there was a glass window in the building. I ran up to it and was like flashing my arse at the drug dealers, saying things like, "Call that crack, I've got crack," in a neat riff on the Crocodile Dundee knife segment. Call that a crack. So, then there's hilarity and threats of violence ensued, during which Mr. G formed a human shield around me, thus becoming indispensable to my cause, and a very fine poet to boot. That is how I met him. Thank you for applauding that event, which is in his book, actually. Yes, there's someone whose arm is up in the air at the back. Hello, darling. All right. Are you currently ovulating? If you can guarantee that you are ovulating, and some women do begin to ovulate in my company, then I am prepared to fertilise you as long as I am not involved in the raising of this bastard. Now,